Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into a really interesting bit of tech, the WolfPack 4K 30 extender. And our mission, really, is to figure out how this little box solves that big, expensive problem of sending HDMI signals a long way without them, well, dying out.
Right, because normally running HDMI far means these super thick, pricey cables, sometimes even fiber ones. They're just a pain.
Expensive pain, yeah.
But this WolfPack thing, it does something pretty clever. It ditches the HDMI cable for the long run and uses just one single cheap CAT6 cable instead.
Okay, one CT6, that's the hook. So standard HDMI cables, they're pricey because they have to carry that TMDS signal very carefully, right? High bandwidth, very sensitive.
Exactly. It's a fragile signal over copper.
Yeah.
What these extenders do, the WolfPack included, is convert that sensitive signal into something much more robust.
More robust how?
Specifically a differential signal. It's designed to travel really well over twist-to-pair wires, like the ones inside a standard T6 cable.
Yep.
Following the IE 560dB standard wiring. Gotcha. So you convert it, send it over cheap cable. How far does that actually get you?
Well, for 4K resolution, specifically 4K at 30 hertz, you're looking at up to 120 feet.
120 feet. Okay.
Which is pretty decent for, say, a large room, maybe a small hall. And if you drop down to 1080p resolution,
Then what?
then it goes much further, up to 220 feet. Again, just over that single CT6.
Okay, wait. I need to jump in here, though.
Yeah.
4K 30 hertz. In a world where we talk a lot about 4K 60 hertz, even 120 hertz for gaming, is 30 hertz a big drawback?
That's a fair point. And yeah, for high-end gaming, it might be. But you have to see where this fits. It's really aimed at fixed installations, like digital signs, maybe presentations in classrooms, conference rooms, churches, sports bars even, places where the source might be a Blu-ray player, a streaming box, a presentation laptop.
Content that's fine at 30 frames per second.
Exactly. Video playback, slideshows, that kind of thing. It hits a specific need where, frankly, cost is often a bigger factor than hitting that absolute highest frame rate. Right. Makes sense. And speaking of cost, it sounds like the installation gets easier, too. I see some features here that seem designed to cut down on setup hassle, like POC, power over cable.
Oh, yeah. POC is huge. It means only the transmitter needs power, the box at the source end.
The TX unit.
Right, the TX. Yeah. You plug its AC adapter in. But the receiver, the RX unit that's maybe 100 feet away by the TV, it gets its power directly through the KD6 cable. No need for a separate power outlet right behind the display. Think about mounting a TV high up on a wall in a bar or lecture hall.
Oh, definitely. Running extra electrical wiring there is a major pain and expense.
Exactly. POC saves a lot of that trouble.
Okay, that's a solid win. What about this HDMI Loopout on the transmitter?
Also super useful. Imagine your source gear, maybe a Blu-ray player or a PC is tucked away in a closet or a rack somewhere.
Yep.
The Loopout lets you plug a small local monitor right there at the source. So you can check the signal, make sure everything is running correctly, while it's also sending the signal over the CT6 to the main display far away.
Ah, for monitoring or troubleshooting. Nice. And then there's IR control. Bi-directional IR.
Right, so the display is far away, maybe down the hall.
Yeah.
How do you control the Blu-ray player in the closet from the room with the TV?
Good question. Remote control won't reach.
Bi-directional IR solves it. You could point your source remote, like the Blu-ray remote, at an IR receiver near the TV, and the command travels back over the CT6 to the source, or vice versa.
So you can control the source from the display end, or even the display from the source end if needed.
Precisely. Full control, either direction.
Okay, so it's convenient, saves on install costs. But we're sending video 120 feet. What about quality? Does it hold up? HDCP. High-end audio.
Yeah, it seems to handle the important stuff. It supports deep color, up to 36 bits. It's compliant with HDCP 1.4, so your protected content should play fine.
Okay.
And for audio, it handles lossless compressed formats. Think Dolby True HD, DTS HD master audio. The specs say it manages a max data rate of 10.2 gigabits per second.
Which is the HDMI 1.4 bandwidth.
Right. So it has the pipeline for that high-quality video and audio, even at distance. No compromise there for the formats it supports.
So let's bring this together for you listening. This really means you can stick your source devices, your player, console, whatever way over there, maybe in a closet or basement equipment rack, and run just that one thin CT6 cable to your display way over here.
Without needing electricians for new outlets, without buying crazy expensive long HDMI.
Perfect for keeping equipment rooms tidy or for installs in homes, classrooms, churches, bars, anywhere you need that separation. And the units themselves are tiny, right?
Yeah, really small, like less than 3 inches square, half an inch thick. Metal case, feels solid, even has mounting ears. easy to hide away.
So the main takeaway is really solving that distance problem affordably, around $100 versus potentially many hundreds or thousands for specialized long-haul cables.
That's the core value, definitely.
Yeah.
And it does it by cleverly converting those tricky HDMI signals, the TMDS, the DDC data, to run reliably over cheap, standard network cable.
Which makes you think, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, if you can take complex high-bandwidth video signals and make them travel reliably over standard Ethernet infrastructure, what else could we do that with? What other custom, expensive wiring for control systems or security or who knows what could potentially just